Hello, thanks for dropping in. So, it is time to have a look inside of these garage find Commodore 64s. I think, for the moment, I will start with the very dirty one. Well, the bottom doesn't look bad, but the top. Oh dear. So thankfully, the only thing required to open the 64 such as this is a Phillips screwdriver. Later on in their life, Commodore switched to Torx. I think it was 10, which did not make it impossible. Of course, that's also when they started putting stickers on things that said, if you move or break this sticker, your warranty will be voided. So, I'm suspecting that when I open this, I'm going to see an original board. I'm guessing, just off the top of my head, it's going to be a revision C, not A or B. Why do I say that? Just a gut feeling. So, and maybe there'll be that awful paper shielding in the way. Maybe. Alright. Now the other thing I hate doing is, after all these years, because this thing's been here a long time, I don't like breaking the little tabs if I can help it. Oh. Well. Okay. Let me look here. You disconnect the keyboard. My prayers for everything to be in sockets have been answered. And the board looks very clean. The cover for the video area is missing. I'm sure I have another one around. I'm sure. So this is, let me just get the light right, 326298 Revision A. Okay, I was wrong. So be it. Let's look at the chips. Actually, if you would like, I'll hold this up so you can get a better look at it. I think I will try and do some close-ups after this. Anyway, one of the original boards. Now, let's see here. Okay, the SID chip is from the 23rd week of 1982. The 6510 is from 1983. 33. This one I'm not sure. Yeah, some of them, the date codes are easy to figure and some are not. So it looks like, certainly the SID chip is early. I'm just looking at the Vic chip. 83. And the PLA chip is an early one. It is. So I'm just looking around. There's no ceramic chips except for the video chip, which was normal. But the board does look very nice. There's a little corrosion on these two things. I'm not sure why this is gone, but you know, it looks like the chip has been wiped of its heat sink stuff. Silicone, gel, goober stuff, whatever it was. Anyway, it looks good. Not hardly any dust or anything. Mind you, it's been in a very nicely sealed box for a long time. And socket is. And you know, looking at the ports, the user port and the cassette port look like they have been used very, very little, if at all. Well, maybe the user port a little bit. Hard to tell. Power switch feels good. Ports all look good. Life is good. So, let's move on to the pretty machine. Once again, just a Phillips screwdriver. One of them has some fluff on it. So now this one, I'm still going to guess that this is a revision C. Why? I don't know. So, are we going to find the shielding? Are we going to find sockets? I don't know. I also don't want to break the clips. Ooh. Okay. Come on. It's funny. This one is a very different color of green. This is light, and this is, it's 326-298 Revision A, 1982. But they're different. They are the same and yet different. Because I can, first of all, they're different bunches of green, or different shades of green. This one is much lighter. The artwork where it actually says the revision number, which now I can't see. The letters on this one are thinner, I think. Yeah, I think they are. Also, up here, just below the ROM chips, there's a difference in that there's a 230113, and it's really in the circuit board, and then up here, there's an MDK21HB that's like printed on. Also, in just looking around, there are differences in the placement of certain things. So even though these are both the same, they are different. Kind of like twins. They look the same, but they're different. So, just looking for other things. I wonder if these, like this one says, Commodore 64, like, there's another thing here, MDK something, and then there's a thing on here, elect 3330B, and then a backwards R and a U, something else. So, you know, maybe these were from very different plants, although they all said made in Canada. Anyway, both of them have all the chips in sockets, amen. The newer one, not the newer one, the cleaner one, look, the PAL chip is still of similar kind of old looking style. The SID chip is from the 49th week of 1982. And other chips that have date codes are from, well, the 6510 is from the 4th week of 83. The 901225-1 is from the 2nd week of 83. That doesn't have one. That doesn't have one. 3rd week of 83. So this looks like early 83. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. This has the higher serial number. It does. I must say, I like the dark green board better. It just, to me, it just looks better. Once again, well, am I going to take this off? Maybe. They are sometimes difficult, and I certainly don't want to hurt anything just for the sake of taking this off. Especially after they've been on there for nearly 40 years. Oh, I'm going to leave it for now. I'm assuming it would have, and I'll just hold this up, I'm assuming it would have a ceramic big chip in there, I'm assuming. I am assuming. So, I have run the diagnostics, but without the harness on both of these. They both seem to be quite pleased. Oh, there's another, I forgot, there's another thing here to look at. Which, of course, there's usually a sticker on the front of the RF modulator, which, of course, on one there is, and on one there is not. And what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, both boards look clean. Both look like they, okay, this one appears either some of the connections to the shielding on the bottom have come undone, or they were, no, I think they've been undone. So at some point this one has had its shield removed, I think, maybe, and then maybe not soldered back as it should have been, maybe. Yeah, I think. The screws all look good. I wonder, maybe this one, one that was sent back to Commodore and then worked on. Last year at the World of Commodore, there was a fellow I met at the after-event dinner, and when he was a co-op student many years ago, he worked at Commodore, and machines would come in, and they would do all kinds of like chip swapping and putting in sockets and stuff to fix things and get them back out. So who knows? Perhaps I should take this one off, although this connection looks solid, and I don't feel like soldering right now, and see if there's any obvious work on it. Just let me look. On this one, yeah, I don't think it's ever been touched. Anyway, both very lovely. Both very clean, except for the case on the dirty one, or at least the top case. Yeah, there's some dirt on this. Anyway, I am pleased. I wonder what else lurks in the garage. You never know. Well, oh, one thing, out of the second one, I can tell, I thought there was something a little different. Yes. Two of these screws are not original. This one is too long. This one has a pointy end. These are not original. The one that was in the middle that kind of had the fluff, that is original. And the thing to be wary of, like with this one that's too long, the towers, that the screws screw into on the keyboard can be damaged if the wrong screws, or screws that are too big or something of that nature, are used, especially if they're too thick. But you know, once the towers start to break down, you got to use different screws or it just won't secure. I think what I'm going to do is these two screws I am not going to reuse. I will be rid of them. Because they are not correct. Now, actually, while I say that, one of them looks potentially like it might be a screw that might have been used on this. No, it is not. On the circuit board, but it is not. So, even though, of course, I have too much stuff and I'm a habitual hoarder, I'm going to get rid of these screws. This is a big step. And for those of you that know this affliction, you know that, you know, somewhere I probably have a jar of screws. But these will not go in that jar. First of all, I don't know where the jar is. That's another hoarding thing. I know, I haven't, but I don't know where it is. These will go. They will go, they will leave, they will not come back. These, on the other hand, will stay. I wish, in a way, that more of the little chips were in sockets, but it's okay. It's all good. They work. They're happy. They're the same. And yet they're different. The exploration continues. Thanks for being here. Always a pleasure. Bye for now.